What's poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to take. Now, as I always say, you get two choices: the ability to faithfully settle in the life that has been set out for you, or the ability to pave a path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great. And even the ones behind the scenes, I see y'all too. So, hey, look, it's Saturday, and it's hella fucking hot outside. You know what I'm saying? But I had to come out here and put the work in. Oftentimes, a lot of people may only see the glory side of what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? The good side to it, not the bad side that come with it. It's not necessarily a bad side, but it's the ability to have to be watched and monitored and studied. And when people feel it's their best time to strike, they will try to antagonize you or betray you in some type of way. But what they're not understanding is that oftentimes people are using that as fuel to become more creative. You know what I'm saying? So you're not really doing anything, but it's really frustrating and irritating when people who are closed-minded can only see the glory side of it and not necessarily the backlash that come from it. You know what I'm saying? Which is having to be around people in general, and they're so transfixed into this energy where they'll intentionally betray you as if you don't know no better, because they are intended on hunting who they think is the target, instead of realizing that you're actually fighting a way bigger problem than the person you're aiming at. It's just that person has been awarded the ability to see through the veil. And they're actually people like myself who give people guidance and wisdom and advice on how to be able to challenge what they're going to be facing. But because they're so, brainwashed, they oftentimes don't listen, because in their mind, they're just looking at the person for the labels that they have or the gender that they are, not necessarily the wisdom that they're giving. Listen, I notice that all the time on the internet. People get on the internet and make comments about what the people got on, what they look like, but they never actually listen to the message of what the person is saying. If you're actually listening to the wisdom and the message, you can ignore all of everything else, because you're paying attention to the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? And they've been brainwashing us to think like that. So again, when you're someone that sees on the other side of the veil, you automatically get targeted. And it's funny because they're sitting, watching, and paying attention, trying to study how you react, to try to get back in. But when they see that doesn't work, what happens is they fall right back into the pit. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm the type of person, I know that I'm aware of when I bring myself to any room, any place. I bring truth. You know what I'm saying? Not because I'm enforcing order, but because I live by it. You know what I'm saying? I live by treating people the way you want to be treated. You give respect, you're going to get respect. And that is how you elevate and grow. But when you step into a room with people who have been taught to believe that getting order and control is by forcing power and authority and fear, and when they realize that and came up against somebody where the fear don't work, they look stooped. You know what I'm saying? You tend to leave and go away from wherever you're at, and you'll notice how everybody sinks right back into their state of depression. You know what I'm saying? The mode where they're not the happiest at. But when you step into the room, it seems as if everybody done decided now they happy. You know what I'm saying? They full of joy. But for a person like me, I'm now fully understanding and aware of that popularity and status doesn't come with being loud. Y'all just don't understand. One thing about me is that I cannot stand someone that needs to be seen and heard, and because they want to be seen and heard, they're loud. You know what I'm saying? They feel as if to get seen and heard, they have to be loud. That is the most annoying thing you can do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you can have power and authority and you don't got to be loud, because your energy gonna speak for itself. I'm not a loud person at all, and I refuse to bicker and go back and forth, and I'm not about to be yelling my voice for no reason. You know what I'm saying? If you can't understand and process what I'm saying at a cool, calm, even understandable level, there is nothing for us to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But again, I just help people understand that whatever you may think you see about certain people, you may think their life is easy, they don't got it hard. Nah, this shit is hard some days, because some days I be wanting to just relax and chill, and it seems as if the enemy has targeted my whole routine. And right when they feel like I'm chilling is when they come in and try to betray me, try to do something to get a reaction out of me. And when it doesn't work, they do leave me alone. But then I get into this process where the thoughts keep hitting me. You know what I'm saying? And that means I gotta create, because when I'm creating, I do not pay attention to the negative. When I'm creating, I don't care who got anything to say against what I'm saying. I'm not creating for, you know what I'm saying, the people that is going against what I'm saying. I'm really not creating for anybody but myself. It's a form of therapy to be able to see the world differently, and everybody is still stuck in this illusion. And how you can pay attention and see for your own self that the illusion is so strong. You know what I'm saying? People don't know how to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? They are just flabbergasted that they have come into contact with someone that is not afraid. I'm not scared. You know what I'm saying? You can't scare me with fear and authority, because there's always an option. There's always another solution. That's how life is. That's what happens when you get hit with the hammer. You know what I'm saying? You get stitches, you heal, and you back out on the road. Period. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of life, but it's crazy how, you know what I'm saying, people inflict certain things by just watching and monitoring you. Like, listen, I'm the type of person, I do my own thing. Like, this is not something I made up. I really actually do my own thing. And I make the best out of whatever situation I have. I think how I can use what I have to make it work for me, without having to do something illegal, or, you know what I'm saying, do something to violate the law. Because whether y'all want to believe it or not, you feel me, it's a lot of people in power authority who want black people dead, who want black people in jail. You feel me? So they're always watching. And then they have their little minions who are also watching too. You know what I'm saying? So they're studying you, trying to figure out a way to attack you. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they go behind closed doors and they get to chitter-chattering. You feel me? Because their system is not operating the way it normally operates. You feel me? Like, you just got to be real. I'm the type of person, because I bring truth to any environment or any situation, and because people don't like truth. People like to go around the truth and lie and live a lie. So when you bring that, you're going to be the talk of anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be hard for people to process. And because they never thought that they would have to be able to face the truth, they're going to try to do everything they can to make you defenseless, so the truth won't be brought up. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you should see the people I see that misjudge me when they first see me, thinking I'm just like any regular person. And then when time gets to start ticking, you know what I'm saying, people start coming in with attitudes. They just mad at the world. They intentionally waking up with their panties in a bunch, and they gonna try to do anything they can to, you feel me, shoot you down. And no disrespect, because I'm not racist, because my last living grandparent is white. But white people seem to target me the most. And they be just, anticipating that their authority means something. Your authority don't mean shit, because it don't scare me. Because a lot of people in power used a lot of things created and patented by black people, and they put them in a certain society and took things away from them and watched them die and stole their ideas and got rich off of somebody else's creation. Not me, not I. You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all just don't understand. My grandma gave me a hard time in life, but she also made me aware to reality of what's really going on, because she would tell me all the time, history just repeats itself. And now I feel like we're currently living in like the 1940s, the 1960s. Why? Because a lot of, you know what I'm saying, black locations are being shut down. If I feel like if I scout out like a park or something and I go there, but I try to switch it around. You know what I'm saying? And then when I go back there, now they got caution tape. You can't sit there. They didn't put a fence around the park. You feel me? Trying to like intentionally kick you out. And for anybody that, you know what I'm saying, lives in the South, it's a library, you know what I'm saying, on 24th that was open, you know what I'm saying, for a while. Now all of a sudden it's doing construction and they're going to do it for a year. You got to look at the reverse meaning of that. They got us thinking, okay, they're, you know how, like, you know what I'm saying, now that people got to understand, like, in a different way, look at it like they're trying to close the library down because people are getting into this energy where they're getting back to reading. And when you read books, it opens you to things that have happened that haven't necessarily been publicized. So if we close the library in a predominantly black neighborhood, that restricts them from being able to read. So they'll think that the way we've been choosing to operate is how it's always been. Listen, I'm telling you right now, that's why it's very important you figure out who you are, because there are people who operate in their dark mentality, and they have been operating this world for so long that betrayal never left. They just figured out more creative ways to do it. And it's written in books because of people's fear of, losing, being targeted, or, being pointed out. So if you read, I promise you, that gives you way more insight into things you probably never even thought of would happen, or things that you never would think are possible. That's why I truly believe a lot of libraries are free, because if people really actually sat down and read one book, they would be able to see it is a whole nother dark underworld that we don't have know nothing about. And what better way than to cut them off from being able to explore what's really going on? And that's how you keep them in a trap. Listen, because I embody truth, not to enforce fear, not to try to control anybody, but because I understand the ability to elevate your energy means you have to treat people the way you want to be treated. Means you have to do things in a way where it's fair, and everything won't be fair. You will be targeted. People will betray you on purpose, simply because they know that have been awarded a certain position in life, and that you will do whatever is necessary to fulfill it. When I speak for everybody, but if you want to be real, I definitely speak for my people. All of them, because I grew up in the struggle. I know what it's like for, to see your family members, your moms, your grandmas, put 2 and 2 together to make sure the family is taken care of. A lot of masculine males are upset because women embody the energy of males, strictly because they were left to figure out the household. They were left to put 2 and 2 together, and because now we know how to play y'all game, y'all mad? You shouldn't even been playing a game to begin with. It should have been equally treated, fair as fair, not because of titles, not because of roles. But because I care about you as a person, and I generally want to see you respected, just like I want to see myself respected. Listen, I'm telling you right now, because I so embody truth, and because they so hate it, they try to do everything they can to get me from speaking, y'all. Y'all don't even understand some of the battles I have to go up against, some of the things I have to deal with. Of course, it don't distract me. I'm going to get over them, because I'm going to keep pushing regardless. It'll be like something that'll distract you, and then something that'll work out. Something that'll distract you, and something that'll work out. So if you want stuff to keep working out, you got to keep doing what you're doing. If you want stuff to make you fall off, you're going to keep getting depressed and hurt and upset, because they're feeding off of you guys' reactions. A lot of people are still in that mentality of feeling entitled, feeling like the world owes them something. So whenever they don't get something, they automatically get their defenses up. And because they're learning and studying that makes them go harder in whatever they're doing. You got to figure out a way around it. You got to figure out a way to, do it anyway. Like for me personally, I don't care. If I go to a park and I sit at the park bench, and I do my videos, and then I come back the next day, they done got it caution taped off. I'm the type, I'm going to step inside of the caution tape and still sit down, because there is no reason why you should have the park cautioned off. You just did that intentionally on purpose to try to, stop the energy of elevating and operating in a way where you clowns, know y'all been leading people in the wrong direction. Listen, our culture is so strong and so powerful. I've seen people from other races wanting to be influenced by our culture. Like do the things that we do. So because they've always known that, we've been kings and queens from the day we were born, but they try to do everything they can to write us off. They try to do everything they can to knock us out the box. And because, look, you got to think, there's a lot of masculine energy in the world that's still riding around right now, doing good with all the resources, because they have took an oath to not speak up and say anything against injustices. So because of that, you feel me, they feel as if I'm gonna do whatever I can, so you come running back to me. I cut off all your natural supply of resources. What are you gonna do now? You're gonna automatically come back to me because you need me. No, the fuck I don't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't figure out how to balance both energies, because if y'all really knew who my grandma was, y'all would know why I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, I'm now, you feel me, competing against y'all in your own game. But the thing is, I'm not going out like no punk. Especially when you know you're moving in the right. Like for me personally, look, I'm an overall quiet person, right? But now I'm to the point where I treat everybody on the surface like how they are. I don't prejudge anybody. But when I see that you took my energy for granted, I'm going to speak up and say something. Just for example, not too long ago, I just left McDonald's to get a straw, right? It's a man in front of me. And he just cut in front of me as I'm patiently waiting. I'm waiting in line, waiting my turn, like how I'm supposed to. He cut in front of me. And I said, hey, I just need a straw and some napkins. But before I said that, he was like, oh, yeah, I see she was, you know what I'm saying, first. But after that, he's like standing in front of me asking the lady for heck of sauces and this and that, and what, like just taking hell along intentionally on purpose, because your spirit and the person that you signed the oath with is making sure that I don't get what I need, so it can help me go back towards your destination. This ain't that and that ain't this. And that's my favorite slogan right now, because of the simple fact that the person behind you gave me my straw and my napkins because I waited in line. And because you're probably so used to cheating and cutting corners, you thought that nobody would say anything. So for me, it's different. People are banking on me to stay quiet. People are banking on me to not speak my truth. People are banking on me to allow them to keep treating me a certain type of way and I don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to judge the situation right off the back. I'm going to allow you to stick your foot in your mouth. And when you do, I'm then going to say something. And once you get me to that point, you feel me, shit gonna start falling like dominoes, because you should have checked yourself from the gate. You know what I'm saying? People be just allowing flungazy stuff to happen and they don't be saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's like for me, it's a opposite field type of thing. Like, I give people a chance. I understand that some people have been stuck in this manipulation game for so long that they never knew it was the truth. And when you come through and you embody truth, you feel me? It's kind of like, oh, shit. So it's like when you're there, people operate and start getting control of understanding, okay, it's about, you know, treating people the way I want to be treated. But when you leave, it's kind of like everybody falls back to how they used to been operating in the world. But when they start to see that operating is causing sickness and it's causing, you know what I'm saying, health problems, and it's causing them to feel depressed, they don't want to feel that way no more. You feel me? But again, like I said, it's an automatic reaction to killing yourself off. You can continue to operate in a way you've always been operating, but your ancestors is trying to push you with the times. And because you don't want to change and you want to stay stuck, I'm going to show you what happens when you do that. You know what I'm saying? It's almost as if like 1940s, 1960s again. Just open your eyes and look around. They trying to shut all of South Sacramento down and re-gentrify it to a new way. But what they're not seeing, that I see through the lens, is the parks are free. You can't shut the parks down. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You can't, you feel me, take the resources that we knew how to use before while they were here, but now since we figured out how to outsmart them at their own game, they take them back. You know what I'm saying? And figure out new ways. Like, we know you guys learn this structured way of living, and we put it out there for y'all, so we're going to take it and pull it back, so y'all be forced to learn something else. But listen, here's the trick. Y'all going to be forced to learn a new way of living, but I'm not going to give you any textbook or any resources on how to get there. So if you fail, you're just going to fail. Well, I can't allow that. I can't allow that for my people. You feel me? I love them to death. And if you feel me, I'm going to die about the shit I stand on. But I'm also fully aware of the fact that everybody doesn't embody the knowledge that I have. So when I'm in an area or I'm in a situation where I notice that people will sit down, you feel me, to just gain insight. Everybody ain't your friend. You feel me? They're just sitting down waiting for you to fall into the trap that they set for you, so that you can give them game so they can figure out a way on how to attack the people that think they're growing. Listen, let me tell you something. A lot of these systems out here that's intended on helping people, they not really helping people. What they're doing is helping people but keeping them stagnant. You know what I'm saying? On being robots. So they feel as if the more you know is why they listen and pay attention. So they can figure out how to get you out of the box before everybody start catching on to what's really going on. Because if you are allowed to be in that space, they're going to target you, and then everybody's going to start to wake up. You feel me? Listen, it's crazy to me how the person that's not in as much distress is the target. When you got a whole bunch of people around you that's in a distress mode, that don't know what to do with their life, they like that. They want that because that's what's going to fuel certain systems. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to fuel the homeless encampments. That's what's going to fuel the homeless programs. People who work there, you feel me? They've all been banking on keeping people in a certain mindset so that their company or business keeps operating. And trust me, when they see that you come in to try to help people elevate their life, oh, they do their best to try to get you out of there. You feel me? But again, when you signed up on an assignment and you obey the universe, you don't obey man. You know what I'm saying? Because men are evil. You know what I'm saying? They'll do what's necessary to benefit them. You know what I'm saying? You know that what you do and everything you've been called to do is all just a setup and a betrayal to make you stronger, so that I can be able to give you guys this content to wake y'all up. And if it don't apply to you, you don't got to watch it. I know I'm not for everybody. I know my video ain't going to get views like everybody else who living a lie, and that's okay. But for the people that are watching, know and understand this is what's happening. Whether you want to see it or not, it's the real. And if you can't see it, it's because you're still hypnotized to the old world. But you know what you feel on a daily. Can't nobody take that away from you unless you let them. You know what I'm saying? It's happening. And it's happening right now. And if ain't nobody gonna speak up for my people, shit, I am. Especially when I'm not a person who's out here trying to hurt people. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I can almost guarantee you something happened way back when. Some person of my culture hurt somebody or killed somebody and hurt and caused pain in that bloodline, and they've been after us ever since. You know what I'm saying? And if they can't listen, it'll be somebody who come in to make sure we don't get taken advantage of, but then there's somebody on the back end that thinks of a dark way to keep us, you know what I'm saying, hypnotized into slavery, just modern day slavery. You do not have the ability to be free. It is against the law for you to have a free, easy life. You're going to have to work hard for everything. And if you think you're going to get creative, I'm going to have you work for me and I'm going to snatch it. And I'm going to become famous off of it because I cannot be as creative as you. And that's sad. They've been dimming our life for so long, people don't even know where it's at. Y'all don't even understand. I ask so many people of my culture, like, what do you do for fun? They completely go blank. Not one person can give me an answer. If they're not working extra shifts or being a parent, you know what I'm saying, they don't have nothing that they do for themselves for fun. Like, you got to think about it. Eventually, them kids is going to grow up and get grown and live their own life. What are you going to do? You don't have nothing you're entertained by. You know what I'm saying? You just completely work day in and day out for somebody else consistently. The people you work for get all your time. You don't have no time for yourself. That's insane to me. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. So when I get betrayed, I create. So for anybody out there that be thinking, oh, she just chilling, I'm not though. Because anytime I think I'm chilling, it be the day when somebody betrays me intentionally on purpose. And I got to go out and alchemize that and transfer it into a way where you thought wrong. I didn't give you the reaction you was looking for. So I took what you did to me and I created. You know what I'm saying? And I'm able to take your energy and come up with new material to feed y'all. You know what I'm saying? But again, a lot of people are fully aware of what's going on. Your silence is what they're taking advantage of, whether y'all want to believe it or not. Don't get me wrong. The universe does work in mysterious ways, and silence, you know what I'm saying, does work in a way. But then it's also another powerful tool, which is speaking up. Because a lot of people know, since we've been silent for so long, that's the easiest way to take advantage of us, because you ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And when you do, you feel me, trick you and make you think that what you saying ain't valuable. So I speak when necessary. You know what I'm saying? But otherwise, I be quiet when I feel like it's a trick. It's a trap. I'm being set up. And they want me to talk so they can take that information and try to use it for themselves. I just be looking quiet. And listen, when the plan don't work, everybody be feeling heartbroken. Shit, it ain't my fault. I can sense what's going on. It's not to help anybody. It's to use what I know against me. And because I know that is why I'm going to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's hot. But I just had these, I was trying to chill, and I just had these reoccurring thoughts. And I was like, listen, I got to get out there and do what I'm good at. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing you have to know is that when you're a creator, a lot of people is not going to see your vision. A lot of people are not going to agree with you going against the grain. So you have to be able to get into a space where you create, where you can just bypass judgments. I get negative comments all the time, not as much as how it was when I first started, but I get them all the time. But I don't gotta read them. Sometimes they don't even pass me up on my notifications. But when people disagree with what you say and how you move to your face, it's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? So listen, be strategic. Don't let them run you out of nowhere. That's the energy of the times when your grandparents was alive. That's exactly what they're trying to do, because they're realizing that we caught on to the system that they try to use against us. So if we kick y'all out, we can still let that system keep going, and the new people won't have no idea what's going on. Listen, save your babies, save your kids, because if you don't, they're gonna get sucked right into it. You know what I'm saying? And they're not going to be able to be free to be themselves. They're going to be a carbon copy of what someone wants them to be. And I'm pretty sure all of us know how it feels to always do what somebody else wants us to do instead of doing what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.